Today, we are getting into another breakdown of what has happened in the past. We're looking at DC versus Marvel in the box office. So it starts off pretty much in like 1989. We're going through it. Batman came out. A bunch of Superman movies had come out before. I don't know. I didn't really catch those. But I have seen that Batman, the Batman Returns. That Danny DeVito as the Penguin was terrifying as a little kid. Batman Forever. So this is all DC at this point. Marvel is barely even alive at this point. But Marvel, I think they had to sell all their movie rights to Fox and Sony. So they were still figuring it out. They were still trying to stay afloat in the comic book business. Steel comes out. It's a bust. Here's a Marvel one finally hitting it up, you know what I mean, after a bunch of Batmans. I did like the one with Arnold as Mr. Freeze. I was a little kid though. Watching it as an adult, it's not that good. X-Men comes out. This was the game changer to me. I think year 2000 X-Men comes out and it's like, "Oh, okay. This is legit." Y'all know sometimes I'm wearing the Wolverine shirt. It's definitely my guy, and X-Men is just awesome. And then Spider-Man was a game changer, man. Spider-Man came out. Ooh, boy, it was just smashing records. You can see it goes close to the top. Superman still holding on. Daredevil, that was a dud of a movie. X-Men 2, now that's a good movie too. X-Men 2 was real good, I thought. Um, yeah, man, here we go. We got Blade, we got Blade 2, Daredevil, Hulk came out. Hulk was boring. That was a bad one. The second Hulk's much more interesting. Spider-Man 2, ooh, with Doc Ock, that was a that was a movie. That was a real good movie. Catwoman might be one of the worst movies ever created. Go ahead and watch that one day. Batman Begins, yo, that trilogy is good. That trilogy, the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy, yeah, that's absolute peak superhero movies. X-Men Last Stand, kind of a dud of a movie after all the build-up, especially how good X2 was, but it was all right. I think it gets panned a little more than it should. Superman Returns was just straight dumpster. It was a dumpster fire. Spider-Man 3 was also kind of crazy. I mean, they had that Tobey Maguire dancing. If you haven't seen that, you gotta watch that. Tobey Maguire getting that little black Venom energy and going a little crazy. That's funny. And here it is. Finally, I've been waiting for the MCU. It's arrived. Dark Knight came out same year as Iron Man, so it kind of overshadowed Iron Man because, I mean, why so serious? Joker was He's it, man. That's it. There's no better Joker than Heath Ledger. Dark Knight. Yo, Batman. Dark Knight was absolutely probably my favorite film of all time. I'm being honest. It's right up there. I love that movie. The Joker, the literally your heart is pumping from beginning to end. It's just intense. It's like an adrenaline shot, just like the whole movie. But Iron Man was sick and it started the MCU, which I think it's obvious we're gonna see it in this how much money it's made. Marvel MCU is gonna just step on the throat of DC over and over again. Look at Iron Man 2 making a bunch of money too. Spider-Man already came in, set the stage. They're just living off of Batman and Superman falls off a cliff after what, 1978? So it's all just Batman versus all of Marvel. And, Captain America's here, Thor's here, Iron Man 2, and then they're going to come with the Avengers. And that's going to just go straight to the top. I guarantee it. Whenever Avengers came out, I think it was 2012. Yep, there it goes. And there it is, straight to the top. I told you it was going to the top. Dark Knight Rises was a good movie with Bane and all that, but Avengers was like, that's like every kid's, dream come true. Like all the heroes in one movie. That's so sick. It was so cool when it happened. The Avengers came out. and it was next level, man. Thor, the next Thor is probably gonna come out. Iron Man 3 came out first. I didn't know that. Man of Steel, another dud. DC cannot get it right, dude. I swear, DC needs to wake up. I mean, maybe now that they got James Gunn and they're gonna redo it all, we'll see. Dark World, yep. Dark World came out. That was kind of a boring Thor movie. I think the later Thor movies get much more interesting. Ragnarok and um, Winter Soldier. That is a super good movie. I like Days of Future Past too. Obviously, I was a X-Men fan as a kid, and so I still am an X-Men fan. Um, X-Men Days of Future Past is just a cool story from, like, you know, all the history of X-Men. So when it was on the big screen, I liked it. I liked it. Guardians was cool. I had no expectations of Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought it was just gonna be whatever. Age of Ultron comes up, is gonna take the number 1 or 2 spot. What's it gonna take? It's already at 2. Dang, just Avengers assembling on the top of the list. You gotta respect it, man. Um, but yeah, Guardians took me by surprise. I was not familiar with Guardians like that, and they made me a fan. And then Deadpool, that's a real good movie, Deadpool, and can't wait till Deadpool Wolverine. Let's see how high that one goes. Civil War. So they do Batman vs Superman the same year they do Marvel Civil War. Come on. Captain America Civil War. That was like way bigger than Batman vs Superman. Didn't they just stop fighting because both their moms were named Martha or something? That's stupid. Batman versus Superman. That is dumb. Suicide Squad, another one. DC tried to come out with kind of a crew, you know, a team. But Guardians is too good of a team. You know, number 2 came out. They did well. Homecoming, Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man, the new with Tom Holland. I like that Spider-Man. He's good. I always loved Tobey Maguire, but, you know. And oh, here comes Black Panther. Black Panther was like a freaking insane movie that came out. Like, everyone was watching Black Panther. But then, of course, Avengers comes out, and guess who takes the top? It hits the 2 billion. Does it hit 2 billion? Dang. 2 billion. That's nuts. And then the Endgame's gonna come. Endgame, I loved Endgame. I still love Endgame. Aquaman is coming. Aquaman did pretty well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it made $1 billion. That's not bad at all for my boy, freaking Jason Momoa. But here comes Endgame. Endgame was so good. I loved Endgame. You know, you had the whole heist, you had everything going, and then that final battle. People will hate on it and say it's too many heroes and all that, but dude, it was like 20 movies worth of heroes all in one battle. Like, that was cool. If you watched them all, and from 2008 until like 2019, 11 years you've been watching all these movies, and then they all come together for this ultimate battle with Thanos. Come on, man. That was insane. Joker, that was a cool little movie. I think it's a little overrated, I'm going to be honest. It's just what I think. I know the second one flopped. I didn't even watch it. But yeah, so now we're in 2021. The Infinity Saga has ended. Now they're going into the multiverse saga in Marvel. So we'll see how many of these. But this is COVID time too, so there's not a lot of movies going to make this list because nobody's going to the theaters, right? Like, who is going to the theaters in 2020? You're nuts. But now they start coming with, what is that? Oh, No Way Home. Of course, they brought the old Spideys in. Ooh, it was a good movie, man. When Tobey Maguire came out of that portal, man, I jumped out of my shoes like, woo, Toby's here. And they tried to hide it, but everyone knew Everyone knew all the Spider-Mans were coming together. Multiverse of Madness making the list. I'll be surprised if many more make the list. I think Wolverine and Deadpool will. I think that did really well. Um, we'll see. I don't know what year it came out in 24, 25. I don't know if it has enough data for 2025, but we'll see. We'll see where we end up. Superhero movies have clearly cooled off because for a while they were all just hitting a billion, and now they are not. They are not just jumping into the billions. We've had some other movies come out, Marvels and all that stuff, but nothing is just exploding. Oh, there it is. Deadpool and Wolverine. Now that was a good movie. That was a fantastic movie. I love Wolverine, like I said, and Deadpool's funny, man. He's really grown on me. He's really grown on me too from this character Ryan Reynolds has portrayed. 2025, we're still here. I don't think anything's going to jump into a billion. So I think this is pretty much the list as far as I see. We'll see if anything happens. It's already September 2025. Dang, this is up to date. It's going till October, which is now. So there it is, folks. There's the list. Y'all seen it. You watched it with me. It was a cool list. It was cool to see DC get pummeled by Marvel. I've always been a Marvel fan. I do love Batman, but I love Marvel, and watching the MCU come in and just people hated on Iron Man like, oh, that's who they're bringing for their MCU, like to start it off. Iron Man and Thor is going to be so whack. But dang, they changed the narrative real quick. Make sure you subscribe, do your thing, folks.